Good morning and welcome to this Toolbox presentation of the Practices Project Final Conference. My name is Martín Navarro and I will give you some important information before starting with the presentation from our experts. The activities of the Practices Final Conference are divided between expert panels and Toolbox presentations. 3 expert panels are planned from March 27 until April 15th. You will find the descriptions of the different topics on the current slide. Sessions in light gray have already been done but are still accessible from IFU's webpage. 4 Toolbox presentations complete the activities for the conference. These pre-record sessions will focus on a specific tool developed during the project and will allow the participants to understand the fundamentals of its use. Please note that the Toolbox presentations will be made available on the IFU's webpage in French and English, captioned in the other language. You will find more information on all the different activities on the IFU's webpage of the final conference following the link on the slide. Now, some information concerning several details on the development of the following session. Toolbox presentations will have an estimated duration of 45 minutes. You can download the presentation along with some other documents the experts would like to share with you on the handout section on the panel on your left. As this is a pre-recorded presentation, we won't have a typical Q&A after the session. Instead, you can send us your question using the chat by clicking on the icon shown in the slide. The experts will answer your questions in the next few days. Later, you will find the answers in the dedicated session on the IFU's webpage. Please don't forget to send your questions during the presentation. Do not wait until the end, as you risk not having enough time. Finally, please answer our satisfaction survey at the end of the presentation. Today's presentation will be the Extremist content analysis tool, developed by Gradient and presented by Joaquín Lago and Adriana Valde. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the webinar.
Hi everybody, my name is Joaquín Lago and I work in Gradient, a communication technology research center, as a developer focused in natural language processing. In this session, I will show you a description of the Extremist content analysis tool, as you can see here, implemented inside the Work Package 7, named Fighting with Effective Tools Against Digital Radicalization, within the Practice project. Due to the events in recent years related to terrorism, the European Union aims to identify processes of radicalization of people as soon as possible, as a kind of prevention measure. The cyberspace has become an essential communication channel for the spread of content related to extremist attitudes and ideologies, such as online propaganda with content to sway public opinion, to harm others, or to recruit. This tool will help radicalization detection experts to handle the huge amount of data that social media such as Twitter, Facebook, or chat forums provide, by highlighting comments, sites, or users with relevant radical characteristics, achieving a faster detection of events of interest. By the way, there are significant security-related and ethical constraints in the analysis of information about sites, portals, or contents in social media. For this reason, this is a tool strictly restricted to radicalization experts such as police, national security, or intelligence services. Our role. Gradient is part of the Work Package 7 as an expert in digital technologies. Our mission was to develop a package of complete technologies that help identifying signs of radicalization in social media, to let security experts to decide what to do and how to act. Gradient provides text mining technology based on natural language processing. We focus on giving a structure to the human discourse that is poor on the internet, so that a computer can understand it, process it, and identify some relevant characteristics in published text. Gradient also provides computer vision technologies to automatically analyze images that will complement the tools for early identification of relevant situations, with the aim of presenting a useful and complete solution that really contributes to prevention. How does it work? Imagine a LIA agent doing her job by searching the internet looking for a radical relevant content. She may find a forum that looks suspicious, like here you can see in the image. Reading and analyzing all the topics, all the comments, and all the replies of the forum can take her hours. Instead, she can just copy the domain of the forum and launch a task in the tool we have developed. The tool will analyze the whole forum, and after a while, the LIA agent can access to a report where the relevant information is highlighted. The tool offers her 3 different analyses: text, images, and behaviors. To do those analyses, the tool uses artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques based on database training. It means it needs some previous information checked by experts to extrapolate results. For texts, it uses 3 databases: suspicious activities, both in English and French language, aggressive speeches, just in English language, and thanks to the work done by the experts of Practices, a radical discourse database in French language. So for English texts, suspicious activities and aggressive speeches will be analyzed, and for French texts, it will focus on suspicious activities and radical discourses. Same happens with the image database, where the tool focuses in detecting violent protests. It centers its analysis on groups of people and decides if their attitude is violent or not. Is it worth mentioning that, despite the fact that Practices monitoring tool has been trained uses very specific databases, it could be applied to other contexts. To adapt the tool, it is just necessary to generate or obtain purpose datasets to train the corresponding analytical models. Finally, the tool offers the LIA agent some aspects about the user's behavior on the forum, identifying anomalous patterns in the performance of publications, like abnormal day activity peaks or abnormal silence periods that can be indicators of radicalization processes. Now, let me talk to you about the tool structure just a bit. The tool has 2 completely independent models. The first model is the capture model that has been made by the University of Piraeus Research Center. This is a monitoring feature that captures online web contents like forums. The second one is the radical content analysis model that has been made by us, by Gradient. This model analyzes the information obtained by the capture monitoring tool. It adapts the data received, processes it, and generates the results to be presented to the graphical interface. This tool provides a web interface where registered users can easily access the analyzed data. In this session, you will learn how to interact with the interface and realize how LIA agents can take advantage of it. Now, let's take a look to the demo case. Let me ask you all to imagine yourself as a LIA agent surfing the internet looking for radical content. It is a common day, sat by your desk, opposite your computer, with a cup of hot coffee by your side, maybe tea. And then you find a forum like this one. Due to the mentioned security and ethical constraint in the analysis of the information in social media, I'm afraid we cannot use in this demonstration a real forum without boring you with a dozen of consent and data protection requests. So, to avoid that, we have created this forum ad hoc. This forum has two parts, as we can see here. One is in English and the other is in French, so I can show you all the suspicious activity, aggressive speech, and radical discourse analysis. Let's enter the English forum. As you can see here, inside this forum there are many subtopics, by reading their names, like here hooligans or here Muslims and terrorism, we can say that at least some of them may hold radical or extremist contents. So this forum can be a target for the LIA agent to analyze. If we enter one of them, for instance this one, we can see that inside of this subtopic there are many comments and there are a lot of images and there are some different users. Without the practice tool, you as a LIA agent will have to enter each of the subtopics, read each of these comments, discard those that you think that they are not relevant, discuss if the others are relevant enough to start further investigations, check which user is writing each thing and how that user is behaving in the forum, and so on and so on. This will take you a lot of time, don't you think? Imagine now that you find 10 forums 10 times bigger than this every day. Thanks to the tool developed in Practices, the LIA agents just will have to copy the domain direction, this one, of the forum and send it to the content extraction module of the tool. And then they can focus in searching another forum while the analysis is automatically done. As the analysis can take several minutes, let's assume that we have already sent this forum domain to the capture module. As a result, it will give us a task identifier. Now, just using your favorite browser, you can access the results interface to read the analysis of that task. This is the login page of the result of the analysis interface. As you can read in this little warning, this tool is restricted to police use only. And if we open this disclaimer, we can read that there are significant security-related and ethical constraints. So again, it's restricted to police, national security, or intelligence services. To enter the tool, the LIA agent must be previously registered in the system. So he or she must enter his username and his password, and then press login. This is the main page of the application. First of all, we find this kind of warning that tells us that some suspicious tasks have been detected, and then the list of the completed tasks is shown here. For each of the tasks, this table shows its identifier, the domain of the website that has been crawled, the date it started and the date it ended. And also, this sign here tells us that there are some relevant content inside of this task. As there can be many types here, we offer the LIA agent a filter tool. With this tool, the agent can filter this list by task ID, by domain, or by its status choosing between those with suspicious content and those with are okay. For instance, if we filter by the demo domain to show you the results of the forum I have just showed you previously, we see here that there are just 2 tasks. If we enter one of them, the first one that corresponds to the English forum, this is the analysis result of the English forum. First of all, here we find a warning telling us that some suspicious content has been detected. And then here is the list of all the websites collected inside that forum. As you can see here, this entrance of this table corresponds with the subtopics of the forum. You can see here hooligans, charity, Muslims, and here you can see also Muslims, hooligan, charity. For each of these subtopics, we show the LIA agents 2 aspects, the text analysis and the image analysis. For each of them, we mark with this sign, with this alert sign, if the algorithm had found some relevant content inside. As you can see here in this subtopic, English Happy, it doesn't seem to have any relevant text or any relevant images inside. So LIA agents can save a lot of time without looking too much in this topic and centering their efforts in analyzing this one. Again, as a forum can contain many subtopics, we offer the LIA agents a filter tool. With this tool, they can show just the suspicious topics and center their efforts on them. Now, let's take a look to the text analysis. By clicking here, we will enter the text analysis of the English Muslim Terrorism subforum. This is the analysis of that subforum. As usual, first of all, we find 2 warnings. The first one tells us that some aggressive speech has been detected in this subforum. Second one tells us that suspicious languages has also been detected. The next section shows us a little resume of the user performance. For each author, for each user that has written some comments in the forum, the application shows us how many texts he or she has written and if those texts have suspicious language or aggressive speech. As you can see here, this author, Avalde, has only written 1 text, and none of them has aggressive or suspicious language. But Tahar has written more texts, 8, and 7 of them have suspicious language, and 4 of them have aggressive speech. So maybe for LIA agents, Tahar is a user to keep an eye on. Next section shows us the relevant terms of the forum. It is a list of the relevant words that can help the LIA agents to make herself an idea about what the forum is about what the comments or the forum are about. As you can see here, you can read kill, Muslim, terrorism, hell, hating. So this forum can be interested for detecting radical content. And the last section shows us the text analysis of each of the comments in the forum. If we enter the forum that is here, we see there are a lot of them. We can choose this one. I like to say that I'm Muslim. I enter here. We can find it here. I like to say I am a Muslim. So each of the comments of the forum are here in this list. And for each of them, the algorithms tell us if it has aggressive speech and its level, low, medium, or high. If it has suspicious language inside with its level, low, medium, or high. And we also mark the suspicious terms of the comment that you can see here, kill, Muslim, terrorism, tal. And also the author that has written this comment. Remember Taha, we say that the lead agent must keep an eye on him. So we can use this filter and filter by author, enter here Taha, and in a glance we can see here all the comments written by Taha with their aggressive levels and with its suspicious language text. Also, all of these terms are marked, are highlighted. So we can see that Tahar doesn't have a good idea about Muslims. We can also filter those contents by the text itself. If I read here Muslim, we can see all the comments in that forum that speaks about Muslim. You see here, all of them has Muslim. Or maybe terrorism or terrorist can be another good term to look for. You see here, both Tahar and Nahuya talks about terrorism, but Tahar has a high level of aggressive and Nahuya doesn't. This is a forum written in English. Remember that I have told you that our analysis tool depends on the database training. So we have 3 databases: suspicious activity, aggressive speech, and radical discourse. As this is a forum in English, here we analyze suspicious activity and aggressive speech. To see radical discourse analysis, we have to change to French. Let's do it now. We go to the main page again and select now the French forum. This is the analysis of the French forum. We can see here in the forum the English, the French one, Ultra Set Arms, Musulmans Défendent. So this forum is written in English, in French, sorry. We can enter maybe this one, the text of this one. As you can see here, this is the analysis of this forum here. As you can see here at the beginning, now this warning says that some text the discourse radical has been detected. Instead of talking about aggressiveness. The same as before, there is a resume of the user's performance, relevant terms, and the analysis of the tests. But now, for each of the comments of that forum, we mark if we have found some text with radical discourse. This is important because before the Practices project, there was no database about radical content available on the internet. So, thanks of the work done by the Toulouse University and the Bussard expertise, we have managed to build a quite good database about religious radicalization on the social media. As you can see here, the tool works exactly the same in English or in French. So let's change again to English and see now the images analysis. We will enter again the English forum, and if we enter also here Practices English forum, this one, we can see that here there are different images. This one is a party, but this is a kind of riot. Party, the riot fire, it's fire. It's a car on fire. Okay. If we now select the image analysis of the Muslim Terrorism Forum, we will enter a new page. In this page, the common warning about suspicious images detected is shown, and a complete list of all the pictures that appears in the forum is listed here. As you can see, not only the pictures of the comments are here, but also the avatars of the users are also shown. For each picture, you can see here that is marked as suspicious, as relevant or as irrelevant. As a comparison, here the one that has this car on fire is marked as relevant, and the party one is marked as irrelevant. As I told you before, the image analysis is based on a database of violent protests. So it looks for groups of people and decide if their attitude is violent or not. But this model can be easily trained to understand more types of pictures. For instance, distinguishing between cats, lions, and similar that are well known to be symbols of radicalization processes. To help Leah, we can filter these images by its status and just leaving the suspicious one. One cool thing about this tool is that the Leah agents can see what the algorithm is looking at to decide that a picture is relevant or not. Using these little buttons here, this one for example, a heat map will appear marking which zones of the picture are relevant for the decision of saying that this picture is or not relevant for the Leah agent. Let's take a look now to a non-relevant subforum. We can go backwards here, and here in the list of subtopics, choose this one, English Happy, that we can see it has no relevant text and no relevant images. Selecting texts we enter here and see in the user's performance that none of them are marked as relevant because none of their texts are aggressive or suspicious. If we see the text analysis, we can see that they are talking about the new Muslims New Year, and no aggressive or suspicious language is used here. Till now, all the examples were about religious radicalization, but this tool can also be used in other contexts. For example, this topic here, English hooligans, it's about extremist situations in sports. You see here we have three authors called hooligans, okay? And they talk about in this forum about attacks, about knives, fighting, about enemies, hooligans, so on. So we can see this is a forum about sport support, about a team support, about supporters that want to fight each other instead of watching the football match or whatever they want to see. For instance, we can see here this comment that says that before the match in Amsterdam, nothing really happened. We almost got a fight with the Marseille hooligans when the police came. You see, the tool also works here in the sports context. We can take also its images. Remember, we're looking for violent protests, violent groups of people. So here we can check that in these images of a football match there are kind of fire here, and here there are a group of supporters that just doing singing, I think, to their team. Here the algorithm marked it as relevant, as well as here, this image here, but this one is marked as fine. So as you can see, the algorithm works well in many contexts. The last part of this tool deals with the analysis of the user behavior. To enter that part, instead of selecting task, we have to select analysis. And here in this view, we can see an analysis of the complete Crowley textual information. All the data is condensed in groups by content similarity and then listed to the LIA agents. This analysis offers the analyst a powerful tool to easily detect the most relevant contents and also allows to quickly discard huge amounts of non-significant information. In this part of the tool, all of the comments that has been introduced in the system are analyzed, and for each of them we can show the LIA agent the text, the context in which the text is included, its aggressiveness, its suspicious language, where can it be found, and the author who wrote it. If we select the author, we enter the result analysis page for this specific user. This view offers a summary of the analyzed user behavior. The system automatically identifies anomalous patterns in the performance of publications. These anomalous behaviors may be displayed if applied. Abnormal activity peaks, as is this case, abnormal activity periods, abnormal silence periods, and abnormal monthly activity periods. These patterns of publications are reported by experts to be important at the time of deciding when a person is going to start or going to end its radicalization process. So, Taking a look to these abnormal activity periods can give the LIA agents a very important information to focus their efforts. And here ends the demonstration of the use of the tool. We can log out. And just thank you all for watching this session. I hope it to be interesting for most of you. Last thing I would like to say is that we have already shown in webinars these tools to real LIA agents, and they have told us that this application can be really useful in their daily tasks. So thanks to the work of the PRACTICIES partners, we have now another weapon to fight against radicalization. Thank you very much.
Hope you enjoyed the webinar and the presentation from the experts. Thank you for your questions. Please expect an answer next week on the dedicated page on the EFS website. Last but not least, don't forget to register for the next activities of the final conference. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.